quiet seaside town, an evil lain to rest centuries ago, has risen. An abandoned fortress deep in the swamp holds a secret that could save the village or destroy it. Now, a band of adventurers sets out to dig up the wounds of the past and bring the light of day to the roots of ruin. This is Tabletop Gold.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tabletop Gold, another exciting episode of our ongoing series, The Roots of Ruin. Welcome to the show. My name is Lars Casteen. I'm the host and the game master for this episode. And I am joined by the players on this episode, who are the same players as every episode, but let's say hi to them because it's fun. David the Tin Man Chernicoff is here. Hi.
Good that time, Lars.
Good that time. Zoe Chernicoff is here as well.
Good nighttime, unless it's daytime for you, and then good daytime.
Okay, covering all of your bases. I love that.
Well, but that's what that time is for, you know?
But this is more. This is a little more bespoke. It's
I'm trying to speak to the specific hour of the day it is, or the other one it might be.
You know how like technology has steadily gotten worse lately? Because like we had a thing that worked, and then we replaced it with a number of things that don't work in different ways. I feel like that's kind of what's happening right now with what Zoe is doing.
I'm in shitifying good
You're
that
in
time.
shitifying good that time.
All right. I can take that feedback and decide what I'm going to do about it.
No, but the thing is, I think it's really valuable for our bottom line, so please keep doing it.
That's
it's
right,
actually
right.
essential. If
It's
you
a
don't
profit
do
driver.
that, we are in trouble. We are leveraged to Silicon Valley out of our eyeballs. Speaking of Silicon Valley, Idaho, I'm sure that's what it's called. Our Matt Humphreys is here.
Hey, good Silicon time, y'all.
Good Silicon time. And Robin Lange is here as well. Hi, Robin.
Hello. Good New York time, I guess.
It is for some of us. For me, it is. We are going to get to our game pretty soon. We're continuing the sort of build into the end of this adventure. It is something that I'm having big feelings about, and I hope that you're having a good time along for the ride. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time.
But today's
before
not
that,
the last episode, right? Not today?
This is the last one. I decided let's just rip the
wow.
Band-Aid off.
That did happen fast.
Yes, Belcora became a Chul is the thing that happened in my fanfic. So another thing that happened in my fanfic is that Robin, you got a dog. Let's talk about that.
Gosh,
you got
Lars.
a new dog. Let's talk about it.
Thank you so much for coming with that fanfic because it came to life. And
Yes.
I got a dog and it's awesome. And everyone should do it unless you're allergic. But even then, you should figure out a way to do it because good dogs make life good.
Can I ask you something, Robin?
Yes.
I think of you predominantly, and don't take any offense at this, as a person who has cats rather than dogs. Is that true?
No, it's definitely 50-50.
50-50. So
I grew up with cats and dogs, but I had one dog, but we had him for a long time, and then cats have always kind of come in and out of my mom's house.
Tell me about this dog that you just got. How did you adopt this dog? Did you get this dog from a breeder who is committing various crimes? Like, let's hear about it.
No, we got him from a rescue.
Oh, sorry, those are the only two options. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got him from a dog rescue, so we adopted him. He is the perfect. We had to rescue this dog story. Where when I emailed them, so they posted a picture of him. We'd already gone to visit different events at this kennel. At this, I guess, rescue is the better word. And we hadn't found our perfect dog yet. And then they put this guy up on the website, and he's a lab pointer mix.
Ooh.
So he's got spotted socks and a spotted chest, but he's got the lab ears. And we messaged them and because we just saw he sounded good. He's about a year old. He's got basic training, so we didn't have to worry about housebreaking him or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was exactly kind of where we were. We didn't want a brand new puppy. They're a lot of work.
Right.
They are.
Totally.
And we started to get the story about him, and it's like it just turned into more and more of this dog rescue story.
What do you mean by that? What happened?
When you think of like someone adopting a dog from a place called like a pet rescue,
Yeah.
what is the backstory you imagine?
Okay. I'm going to get really offensive for a second here.
Oh boy, dog racism?
It's usually, yeah, the place that I've rescued dog, like the dog rescue that I got our dog from in Brooklyn is like famous for going to kill shelters in the South.
Yeah.
That's like the deal. My dog came from Alabama. She was in a kill shelter and they brought her up to Brooklyn, and then whatever the thing is, fostered her and then found a permanent home for her, which is my home, and that's where she is right now. So that would be my guess, that it's that your dog was in a southern kill shelter.
There are in the New York area a lot of different foster groups bring the dogs up from the South. You're absolutely right. This one, however, is a local story. He was this perfect.
He was in the mafia.
This perfect sweet angel
mob
baby
dog.
Mafia. You know what?
Yo.
Mafia could be involved somehow. It is Southern Westchester, and there's absolutely mafia down here.
Yeah.
This is where all the mobsters come if they don't want to buy in Staten Island or New Jersey.
Too cliched.
He had been
Yeah, they
this
don't want to be
perfect sweet
pigeonholed.
boy had been abandoned in the apartment when his previous owners were evicted. They just left him behind and locked the door.
Bummer.
Yikes.
The fire marshal was the one who found him because the people who I guess owned the apartment didn't have a key anymore. They'd been locked out by the people they evicted, and so they needed the fire marshal to get into the apartment for some reason or another. Fire marshal comes in and finds this sweet angel baby there, and they bring him to the pet rescue where we got him. And so now he has separation anxiety.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's gonna happen.
That checks out.
If I leave him alone, and that includes just going into the basement because he's scared of the basement stairs,
I get it.
he panic poops. So that's a fun one.
Okay.
Makes you an offer you can't refuse.
You know, I can empathize with that.
But we took him for his first vet visit today.
Okay.
And the official diagnosis is he's a very good boy.
Okay.
Yes.
How much did you pay this vet, Robin?
He's sitting pretty much next to me in a little Papa San chair that I have in the corner, curled up and currently
Yeah, the last
asleep
couple of
after.
times we've recorded, he's been like right next to you. He's been
He
like
is
just off camera.
Pretty much always next to me when I'm in my studio, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
But Chris was away for a couple days, and Chris came back last night, and Emmett lost his mind. He was so excited.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute.
Hi.
Armat, you have your hand raised.
Yes. Hi. Armat Humphreys here, Silicon Valley investigator. I have a two-part question for you, Robin. First question, when you said that cats came and went from your mother's house, were you talking figuratively or literally? And
Okay,
second
good.
part of the question, rate your response from strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree. Every woman should have an LBD, meaning, of course, large black dog.
Okay.
Okay, first
A
one.
lot to work with in this question.
Yeah,
First one regarding cats and my mom, literally.
Okay, excellent.
My parents' property has an old barn on it, and so a lot of strays end up finding their way there. And occasionally they are cats that want to come in, and when they want to be a house cat, they become a house cat. Otherwise, they just get fed in the yard.
To what? That's really lovely.
And I'd never thought about that. The LPD. You know, this is
because it's
a
like
dog.
Little Black Dress. This is a Little Black Dress joke.
but
Yeah,
a
it's a
little black
dated
dog.
joke.
Okay.
It's a
It's
large
a dating
black dog.
joke.
Or
It's a large
daytime.
black dog.
He is
instead
a
of
large
little
black dog.
dress.
And in all honesty, I think when you're going through the process of like finding someone you want to adopt and love in your family, I think no matter whether it's a cat or dog or some other being of all sorts, you always, I feel like people have in their mind what it is that they're looking for, right? It helps you kind of sort through everything. But sometimes the being that comes along that is just right is nothing that you expected at all. We literally did not want a lab. We did not want a Labrador. We did not want any retrievers.
You want to be able to throw stuff out in the yard and not have it come back.
He does bring it back. He fetches.
Well, this is
I've
what
never
I'm
had a dog that
well,
fetched before.
another
I
dream
throw
dashed.
things, he brings them back. My mom has a pool, and we were out there this last weekend. The Labrador genes run strong because the second he had a chance, he dove into that pool in the middle of October.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he brought the pool inside, and I was going to be
wow.
shocked.
Yeah.
Kind of tried to.
That's cool. That's so much
Kept
fun.
jumping in the pool. And he's such a delight. And I didn't know how much I wanted this exact being, this sweet, sweet angel baby in my life.
That's amazing.
So that's
Wow,
Emmett,
What a nice thing.
who is, his full name is Emmett Walsh.
The actor?
The actor, yes. We like naming I don't know. Chris really liked the idea of naming him after Emmett Walsh.
So Emmett Walsh, the name of your dog, is also the name of a character actor. I can't place like what Emmett Walsh was like from. What is he in?
He did so much. He's one of those guys who just acted for like 50 years straight as like, he was a character actor in kind of secondary roles.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I
He
can't
did
even
that
remember.
song, My Name Is.
What?
Isn't that him? He was in 8 Mile. He was in 8 Mile. That was his
He was in The Righteous Gemstones, actually.
Oh yeah, he played like an older generation guy. He's in Knives Out also, it looks like.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was a crotchety looking old guy, but apparently he was
Yeah.
a big sweetheart.
I
And
believe
he would
it.
always give members of the crew a $2 bill and said, if you hold on to this, you'll never be short of cash.
Well,
What?
he's so good with his daughter, Haley.
Yeah.
Okay, David, we gotta. I
Mom
don't think.
spaghetti.
I really don't think that's the same guy. Although it would be hilarious if Robin named her dog after Eminem.
Yeah. M and Emmett Walsh.
Kim
Emmett
Bassinger
Walsh.
was his mother.
That's right. That's
Thank
the
you.
guy.
Yeah,
That's the
Mehmet,
guy.
our boy Mehmet Fazio.
That's so cute. Thanks,
Aw.
Robin. I'm so glad
Thanks.
you found a dog
Thanks
that
for
you
asking
feel that
about
way
the dog.
about.
I love him so much, and I've been so jealous of like your 3 dogs over the last few years of this podcast. Whenever you guys mention your dogs, I just keep thinking, I want one, and now all of us have a dog.
You're in the dog,
Whether we like it or not.
posse. Yep, it's true. You know what else is true, whether we like it or not, is that this is episode 220, and it's time for us to promote some stuff, to talk about some stuff happening around the Tabletop Gold world, because we're breaking off a new 5. Let's talk about it. We got shows coming out all the time. If you would like to support this show, if you enjoy what it is that we do here, if you would like to continue hearing people play games the way that we play this game, go ahead and support us over on Patreon. As an added benefit, you also get some great shows, some premium shows that you can't hear anywhere else. If you support us on Patreon, we've got The Gold Mine, which has been premiering every other week these days. Behind the scenes show talking about games, talking about the things that are happening on our show, the choices that go into GM stuff, player stuff, rules talk, player advice, GM advice. You understand. It's a behind the scenes show where we talk about games writ large. We also have our actual play series that is Patreon exclusive called The Band of Gold. This is our Pathfinder Society series. We just started premiering Scenario 5. Maybe we're close to the middle of Scenario 5 by the time this is happening. Each of these are standalone scenarios with a rotating cast of Pathfinder Society characters that all together tell the big story of Season 6 of the Pathfinder Society. So if you're interested in more actual play from us, if you're interested in Paizo organized play, that's a great show for you to check out as well. Patreon pricing, $5 for audio, $10 for video, discounts if you sign up for a whole year, and you can join for $0 to hear a selection of free shows that we rotate out every once in a while. Also, one last thing before we get into our game, we have ongoing giveaways. If you are watching us on our premiere on YouTube right now is the time to look at the YouTube chat for instructions for how to win a copy of the book Monster Core 2 for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Monster Core 2 is a remastered monster book with all kinds of new monsters, all kinds of updated monsters for the Pathfinder 2 remaster, lots of great art, lots of cool adventure ideas, creature adjustments, all kinds of stuff. It's a great monster book. And if you check out the chat right now, you can follow a link and enter to win, and you have a very good chance of winning it, and then I will send it to you. Next week, we will be doing what I believe is our final week of giveaways here. We're going to be giving away Alien Core, the monster book for Starfinder 2nd edition. So come on back for the premiere next week. We premiere our show every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. You can join us then and win Alien Core. All you got to do is find our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@tabletopgold, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday nights for our premieres. And that's how you enter the giveaway, and that's how you win the giveaway, in my opinion. With all of that said, let's move on. Let's get into it. Let's play our game.
Yes. Whoa.
Thanks, Zoe.
I'm really excited to get all my hero points back.
Yeah, I should mention, I'll get into the recap in just a second. We got new hero points and new hero point cards for everybody. This is episode 220, breaking off a new 5. So everything is reset and refreshed. We have cards submitted by our audience. So hopefully some of those are useful in these upcoming challenges. But here we go. The third test that prospective Nimbaloth cultists would have faced hundreds and hundreds of years ago has you in its grasp. You've slid down an ancient metal pipe and landed in a swamp cultivated with the toxic qualities of void bracken, the dead planet upon which Nimbaloth herself supposedly dwells. Shortly after splashing down in the swamp, a horde of chouls, towering, betentacled crab creatures, noticed that you had invaded their territory and quickly lashed out at you. One of the chouls has fallen, and a second has just landed a brutal hit on Mag. As it starts trying to close its claws on her and bring her into the waiting tentacles dangling from its mouth, perhaps you're starting to wonder if joining this cult is worth all the hassle.
They wouldn't make it this hard unless it was super fun once you were a part of it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's like how you only want to go to a club that has like a long line.
Right. It's the Groucho
You know.
Marx long.
I was
line.
just gonna. You
Now,
beat me
that
to it.
Mind meld. Yeah, no, you should say it. You should say it because I don't
No,
remember
I
it
feel
well
like you're
enough.
gonna have a better one. Now I'm.
I'm not sure that's true, but one of us has to say it at this point. Otherwise, this is all getting cut.
We're on the verge of being cut right now. We have to get this joke out.
Okay. Zoe, correct me if I messed this up. Groucho Marx once famously said that I would never belong to a club that would admit me as a member.
That's
that
right. I
right?
was gonna try and work a chul pun in there, and I hadn't gotten that far, so you saved me from that. I wouldn't want to be a part of any club that chul have me as a member. That's
That's
it.
pretty
That's all
good,
I got.
actually. It's a
All
good
this-
starting
point.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
That's the version I've heard.
There's some stuff I want to say. We're gonna so the thing that just happened is this chul landed a massive critical hit on Mag, moving into the position that the chul that Mag just struck down was holding. This chul rushed up to her, snatched her up, slammed her with an intense claw. I realized before I get anywhere else on this turn, I needed to have Mag make a fortitude save at the beginning of her turn to see how she is reacting to the swamp, right? Like this swamp that you are knee deep at best in is poisonous. It's toxic. It's terrifying. It is corrosive to your health. So I do need a fortitude save from Mag to kick things off to see if just to get a better sense of whether she has been sickened by this swamp or not.
I want to make a pitch, Lars, that I should get a +1 circumstance bonus because of Mag's swamp lore and deep swamp experience.
Here's what I'll say, is that everything else about your character has given you plus 35 to this. Like, you
Okay,
are so
harsh.
overqualified for this check.
It's a 33 to save.
For what it's
Okay,
worth,
that's a-
David, he will tell you if he thinks you have a weak character. So don't feel like he's just saying something nice right now because
So he would know.
For what it's worth, when I said that you had a weak character, it was when I was trying to help you build it and to make it better. It
Once,
wasn't
4
a
years ago.
retrospective dismissal. It was, I don't know. People don't like this particular class that you're playing. I think it's kind of weak.
And hilariously, in the interim,
Yes.
not only have we mountained this molehill of a comment a couple of years ago, in the meantime, they have revised the game
because the
In
character
order
type was
to-
so bad. Yeah.
adjust for exactly what you're describing.
Okay, but David, that is of course a critical success, a success rounded up to a critical success. So you are completely unaffected. Mag is completely unaffected
Wild.
while in the swamp,
Yeah.
and you are immune for 10 minutes at this point. But what just happened is this tool critically slammed into Mag with its claw, and
Yeah.
now it's going to attempt to grab her.
Okay.
So here comes a grab attempt. This is definitely something that I wanted. This is definitely something that I wanted to make you sick for because it gave me a better chance to hit it. But that's a 25 to grab. This is athletics versus your fortitude DC, which is of course your best save.
You said 25. 25 is not going to do it.
Okay, that's cool.
Mag, I would imagine is pretty hard to grab.
Yeah, this is not. So I think I know that. And what's going to happen is this Chul is going to decide to swing around at Istin and is going to strike out at Istin with a claw. This one has the map. That's a bad roll. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that's not going to hit Istin either.
Okay. Things were going so well for me. And now look at what's happened. So as this Chul slams Mag, tries to grab a hold, whips around, tries to grab at Istin also, the Chul right behind Mag reaches out and also attempts to hit her with a claw strike. Teetering on the edge of a 20 on the die, landing on an 8 that is 30 to hit Mag.
Oh. Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
30 will do it.
That's a regular old hit, pretty good damage roll, 24 points of damage, and I'm going to give it another try because everything that I can do with this monster is contingent upon me grabbing and then doing messed up stuff to you. That's a 25.
That's too low. That's a
Okay.
miss.
This creature is freaked out, I think, and is going to take a step back. It's able to. This is difficult terrain, but it has a skill that lets it move through this difficult terrain as though it is not difficult because it is a swamp. So this Chul starts crawling backwards tentatively away from Mag, trying hard to stay aware of any attacks that she might be making upon it. And with that, it is now Trill's turn. At the beginning of Trill's turn, you better believe I am going to ask you to make a fortitude save.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. To quote the great Kool-Aid man. Okay. Never. That's right. How did you do on this?
29?
Okay. Okay, everybody. All 4 of you have saved out of this thing.
Whew.
Everybody has withstood the oppressive, poisonous swamp. You're all immune for 10 minutes from this, so none of you are going to become sickened here, which is great. But I do need to know what Trill is doing on her turn. So what's up?
Wow. I don't know if I'm going to move, but it is also worth noting that Trill had one of Trill's ability, one of her feats.
Yes.
Is her terrain expertise in swamp and underground bodies of water.
Okay. It seems valuable in this situation.
So just, a reminder that it's a +1 circumstance bonus to survival checks in any of these.
Okay.
And
We'll see if that comes in.
your expertise in navigating certain terrain makes you supremely confident while doing so. Oh, it doesn't make it... I thought for some reason it made it regular. Since it's terrain expertise, I assumed it made it regular terrain, but it doesn't. It's just a circumstance bonus.
You would assume that it did. I'm going to just double check that while you're figuring out what to do on your turn to see if maybe that changed in the remaster
Because that's silly that it's only survival checks, because how often are we doing survival checks, really?
Yeah,
it's like the least
never.
used skill in this adventure. Yeah, it's very odd.
It's really odd. This is just not a good feat. I'm sorry, Robin.
I feel
It's
like
just
is that the
not
remaster?
good.
Because I feel like when I took it, it was supposed to be that it was like normal, and I feel like we've had this conversation
Yeah,
before.
I'm looking at both versions of this feat from before and after the remaster. And Robin,
Was I just wrong?
I just think it's that you want it to be better than it is.
That makes
and
sense.
I understand why, because it's bad. But no, it doesn't.
That's the
it doesn't
story
really
of a lot
do
of
much anything.
things in my life, wanting it to be better than it is.
Yep.
I'm the queen of wishful thinking. And on that note, Trill is going to do her lingering composition for Courageous Anthem.
For courageous, okay, cool. Let's get that.
What'd she do?
Let's get that performance
Ooh.
check.
That's a bad performance check, but with being stupefied 1, that was only a 26.
Because you are stupefied 1, you stupefied from these visions of despair that you saw just a few minutes ago. That fails. So we're looking at 1 round of Inspire Courage, and you do not burn your focus point. So Trill tries to play an inspiring song and just can't get it together.
Wow, that sucks.
A rare failure from Trill on that one.
Yeah. 4 on the die. It's hard to argue with a failure on that.
She has a plus 22 to that roll.
Plus
Damn.
22. Whew.
That's a hefty bonus.
Okay, so you got 2 more actions. What do we think Trill's going to do here?
I think what Trill's going to do then is we're going to target the one that's closest.
Okay.
And because you said will is their worst save,
Yes.
I think we're going to try a 3rd rank paralyze.
Okay, just remember that Paralyze has the incapacitation trait, so if you think they are greater than level 6, the outcome of their save is going to be 1 notch higher.
Let's do 4th rank then.
If you think they are higher than level 8 then, or you get what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what level they are, so... And I only have 1 5th rank spell slot left, so
Sure.
on a guess, I'm just going to do 4th rank.
Okay. See
And
what
we'll
happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
They have a DC 28 will save.
Sure, here comes the will save. Here it comes. It's the will save.
Oh, I also need to do, because I'm stupefied, do I need to roll?
You do need to roll a flat check.
Okay, my flat check passed, it looked like.
Okay, your flat check passed. You still get to cast the spell even though you're stupefied. I rolled a 19 on my save.
Wow, that's almost a critical failure. That's a shame.
If you weren't stupefied, it would be a critical failure,
That's
right?
so frustrating.
Yeah.
After
either
this,
way-
we need to go take a nap.
Yeah. So with the failure, the target is paralyzed for 1 round.
Okay, that failure rounds up to being a success, so I am stunned 1
Oh, because of the rank?
because of the incapacitation.
That sucks.
Yes.
Well, stunned, at least stunned, it's better than nothing.
Stunned is better than nothing.
That's what
Okay.
they say.
That's what they say. It is the end of round 1, which means it is getting to be the beginning of round 2, and you are all knee-deep or deeper into a patch of swamp about 20 feet across, filled with life and with poison. In the case of these trolls that you're fighting, let's just call it poisonous life. You are confronting 2 hulking crab creatures that are trying to grab a hold of you and shove you into their mouths for invading their space. All around you are like these strange metal boxes poking out of the swamp. And behind you, as you face these trolls, is a large dam, like a rusted metal dam that is trickling water into this room, as though it is holding back a more substantial flood of water here. It is Ao's turn. Ao is standing a ways south from these 2 trolls, and Mag is kind of sandwiched between both of them because she, last round, charged forward, got right into the middle of them, and as such, she's drawing hit after hit after hit, and that plan has been working really well for the party so far. What is Ao going to do here as the first action on round 2?
All right, no one is off guard at the moment, right?
Not at the moment, no.
Being stunned does not make them off guard to Ao.
It does not. There's a little bit of a question as to whether being stunned prevents you from taking reactive strikes. I believe it does. But that's about the only knock-on effect that you get from stunned.
Are the Chuuls are not mindless, right? They're just dumb.
They're not mindless, no.
All right, let's try to distract this Chuul over here, the one that's Mag's in front of, to see if we can get a little advantage on it.
The stunned Chuul, in fact.
Yeah.
Cool.
Salt in the wound.
I'm not sure.
So, I guess we don't know that they speak any sort of language.
I
had a whole thing about Old Bay seasoning, but I don't know if they're going to follow that.
That as you listen closely to the room, you hear faint sort of chattering coming from their mouths, just going,
Yes.
Oh.
and they're just shouting, food, 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 over and over again.
Lars, that was amazing.
So Ao points behind the shoulder of that Chuul and Nang Nang Bonobo, she says, of course, meaning here comes the Old Bay seasoning to make food out of you. And let's... Oh, that was supposed to be a private roll, wasn't it?
It's okay, I got it. I'm looking at the roll that you gave me. That on the button manages to hit their perception DC. So the Chuul whips around looking for this delicious seasoning that you're describing, and is now facing the opposite direction, and you are now hidden from it.
All right, then Ao is gonna fire off 2 quick arrows.
Okay, it's gonna be flat-footed for the first of these 2 strikes because it will see you after you strike it the first time. But what did you roll?
That's a 25.
And that one misses. As it whips around and this arrow clangs off of it.
And then another 4 on the die for a 20. Does that hit?
No, that's a rough turn for Ao.
Well, I got the whole Old Bay thing in with the Nang Nang Bonobo, so
You
it was not all lost.
did. It's true. Yes, so Ao successfully distracts this Chuul, but its hide is just too thick. The chitinous exterior of it is just too strong, too hardy. Will Isthin have a better chance of this? Isthin, to remind you all, is stupefied, is drained, and...
had one of his feats deleted.
Yes.
That was savage.
It was really harsh.
That was pretty rough.
Pretty
As
rough.
the kids say. Do they still say savage?
They do. They do. It was 21 savage, is what it was.
It was
I believe that's a
Savage
band.
Garden.
It was...
Ooh, I want you.
It was
I
like
don't know
a
if I need
cherry cola is
Yeah.
what it was. All right, what are you going to do?
Isthin is going to use an interact action to put the wand away and get a 2-handed grip.
As you do that... No, I'm stunned. Never mind.
Success!
Yes! And then he is going with 2 hands on his staff to make a spell strike against this thing. Continuing a rant as he does so. And another thing, that fucking skeleton could be replaced by a wooden sign. Acting all hoity-toity and I'm ancient and fucking nonsense. And with that,
Wow, he's
he
getting
uncorks-
Ao potty mouth.
This spell strike, because it's going to involve casting a spell, you are going to need to make a flat check against Stupefied.
Yeah, I sure am. All right. Okay, that's a 13 on a flat check, but that was a 4, I think, for a 25. I have a new hero point, right? Because it's...
You do. I believe with spell strike, I like with a save attached, I believe I need to make the save as long as you don't critically miss. But if you wanna do it, you can do it. If you wanna hero point it, by all means, please hero point it.
Nah, I don't think it is worth it. These guys don't seem like Belcora grade Chuuls, so I'll just have a disappointing turn.
Okay, so but I do need to make a will save as your daze magic escapes from the end of your staff. That's not a good roll. I rolled a 22.
Okay, well, that's a failure. So you will take, let's roll that down, 10 mental damage.
Okay, 10 mental damage as this Void Bracken Chuul becomes slightly dazed by this mental magic coming from Isthin's strike.
That's his turn.
So we are slowly working our way through this Chul. The biggest thing affecting it right now is just that it is stunned. It's going to be unable to act for a little while, which is the biggest blow that you've made against it so far. Mag notices that as her turn begins. She sees that Isthin and Trill are both focusing on this creature's mind as it looms at her back. What is Mag going to do?
And Mag and Isthin are now flanking that one because now he has his reach engaged.
Sweet. Okay. I would like to bash it with a hammer.
Okay, interesting. I think it's smart. I think it's what you should be doing.
Yeah. Big question is to slam down or not to slam down, and I think to slam down. So I'm going to slam it.
Final slam down.
Well, I hope you're right, babe.
Oh,
How's a 20 on the die for you?
That's such a slam down.
Now that's
beautiful.
Slam down. Volume 3.
You gotta draw. Nice. Is this the Ace of Spades that I'm showing you?
No, it is not.
It is the Queen of Spades.
It is the Queen.
I want you to know there are 4 cards left in this deck, so the Ace is soon to come. But this is going to be another normal ass critical strike from Mag, which is to say one of the worst things that can happen to you. So let's just see how this one goes.
All right, well, we slightly topped the last damage roll. This one is 68 damage. It was only 66 last time.
That's a lot of damage.
8 points of damage. That's a combination of piercing. You're still chipping away at this creature's hide.
Yeah.
Piercing, acid, and spirit. It is taking all of that damage. It does have immunities, but not any of those, is what I'll say. What else happens, David? What else do they get? What else? What are we sending our contestant home with today, David?
Well, Lars, it's a series of bummers. From the crushing rune, clumsy 1 and enfeebled 1. If it isn't already, I think it is not. I think the last one that we bashed was pre-enfeebled for me.
Yeah.
And it is also the critical specialization effect for the Earthbreaker hammer, like all hammers, is that it is knocked prone.
If I fail this fortitude save, which I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to pass it right now. Not very good. I rolled a 10 on my die for a 31. They just have very, very good fortitude. These are hefty creatures.
They sure are. So that passes the fort save. I'm now going to take another crack at knocking it prone with.
So here we go. This is
the
trip from the slam down, which is going to target their reflex, which is worse than fortitude and made even worse by the fact that Mag has just knocked this creature clumsy by this strike, this critical hit with the Earthbreaker. So this slam down has a better chance of going through than the critical specialization did.
Oh, that's a really crummy roll. That was only a 2.
Okay.
I have some temptation to re-roll this. I don't know. It's a little early. Whatever. I'll let it go.
Okay. So Mag strikes and then tries to slam this creature down to the ground and fails, but it is a massive strike as the Earthbreaker sends chips of this poisonous exoskeleton flying up into the air and then splashing down into the swamp water around you.
You know what I imagine, Lars?
Yes, please.
I imagine the way this looks is that the initial strike was too good.
Yes.
Right.
And so it's her balance is she's thrown off balance by her sheer expertise.
Yeah, maybe you were expecting this creature to not give way quite as easily, and now you are off balance, and as such, the Chul remains up. What is Mag going to do with her final of 3 actions here?
I want to try to trip it again.
Okay, this is going to be a map 10 trip, risky, but maybe it'll work out.
It's already scared, right?
It's got a lot of bad things happening.
Yeah, it's already scared. Check that. Instead of doing a map 10 thingamadoo, I am instead going to use Share Rage.
Yeah.
And I will share my rage with Isthen.
I think I can imagine Istin, getting on board with that, over, a pint.
He seems mad already for what it's
he's
worth.
had a rough couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably ready for the rage. Here you go. I think what this looks like is Mag's new rage is thin, wispy tendrils of blue energy begin emanating from the sources of blue light on Mag's body and waft their way across the chamber around this alien chul situation and twine themselves around Isthen's arms and shoulders and then what happens, Armat?
Well, and as those blue wisps of ethereal rage light start clinging to Isthen, as he starts to rant, it's almost like one of those things where in cartoons the character appears bigger and bigger as this rage energy swells around him. And that's another thing, when you don't use standardized vault structure, you just look like a total nut. His critique of ranting about why this cult sucks so hard has continued and will continue for the rest of this fight because Isthen thinks these dudes are total bullshit.
And you got the rage to make that true. As you get some temporary hit points, you're going to do some extra damage, and Mag has shared her rage.
Thank you, Mag.
I am now going to control this terrible chul that you have destroyed my heart with. They are stunned, clumsy, enfeebled, frightened, and so on and so forth. And flanked between two characters with reactive strikes.
And rage.
So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clear the stunned. That's an action that does nothing. So now I have 2 more actions left in my turn. I really don't like being where I am right now. But I think the safest thing, the chul starts panicking, and all it can do is strike out at Mag and just hope that it can grab her and start eating her. So first up, here comes a claw strike, which is off balance because of the enfeebledness of her strike. But guess what? That's a 36 to hit against a flanked Mag.
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Not only that, it hits critically. I'm rolling critical damage.
What?
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, because I'm off guard.
You're off guard because you're flanked. That is 50 points of damage.
Ooh.
As Mag gets slammed by this panicked chul, and now it tries to grapple her, which is just not a good idea, and yet is what I'm doing. Come on now. It's a 24 to hit, to grapple.
No, that does not.
Funky.
That does not touch Mag's insane fortitude save.
The chul right behind Mag, I'm getting some luck hitting Mag, so we're going to try it again. Claw strike against Mag. This one is not very good. It's a 7 to on the die, but it's a 29 to hit.
29 does hit.
Yes.
Because I'm off guard. I'm flanked.
Okay. 21 more points of damage to Mag, and I'm going to try to grab you again. I need this. I need this. Grapple. Fuck. 29?
29 does not hit. My fortitude DC is 31.
Cool.
That's a pretty rough run of luck. I think all of your rolls, I think 8 was your highest roll so far on a grab attempt.
Yeah, the grab, I need to do better than that if I want to hit you. And more than that, I need to do it immediately if I want to do any of what I want to do. I know I'm being very vague right now, but
no, I mean it's
me.
clear you've got some cool toys to play with. For what it's worth, just with playing with the uncool ones, you have just absolutely crunched Mag. I mean, I still have some hit points left, but I am starting to, teeter on my feet.
Being between two of these creatures is dangerous. If we're thinking about Mag's hit points as a resource, you are spending them very effectively right now. Here comes another claw strike against Mag. I thought that maybe it would work. It didn't. It was a 24 to hit.
Yeah, too low with the map.
Okay, Trill sees Mag, sees the water of this swamp sort of rolling back and forth as these tools just go one after the other, slamming at Mag repeatedly, taking advantage of this advantageous position they have. They think they might be able to eat her. What is Trill going to do to stop that from happening?
Well, let's Courageous Anthem again.
Okay.
And that one worked. Okay. That was a 20 on the die for a 42.
Okay, we got 4 rounds of this inspiring song coming up. No problem.
Fabulous. Okay, so don't have to worry about that anymore.
Thank you, Trill.
I think I'm gonna... What?
No, sorry. Has absolutely nothing to do with you. These glasses make it harder to see the screen, and the phrase lingering composition in the game window looks like lingerie competition.
Okay.
Go on.
Could not have less to do with you or anything that you're doing.
Peek behind the glasses.
Right after college, I worked retail for a while, and when I worked at H&M, I was in charge of the lingerie section. Which was like a cave. It was this weird room that was separate from the whole rest of the store, so we just called it the lingerie cave, and so that's where I lived. And that makes me think of the lingerie cave.
Back.
Just the idea that Trill has a feat called lingerie competition is just a ludicrous idea.
Pretty awesome.
She's a performer. What do you want?
She is a performer. There is a lingerie bard build, probably. That's probably something you could do in this game.
We could make it happen.
We could make it happen.
Seems like the sort of thing. Anyway, forgive the interruption.
Let's go ahead and let's try Electric Arc, because that is a reflex rather than Fortitude.
Okay. Unfortunately, the second of these tools is just out of reach of Electric Arc. If Trill were to step forward or stride forward,
then she still wouldn't be able to do it.
Just 5 feet, she could do it.
But I already used action.
Oh, you already used an action for lingering composition. I apologize.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Because it's a cantrip, so at least I don't lose a spell slot.
Trill starting to play conservatively with her resources here.
That would be 16 points of damage.
Okay, and the Trill tries to dodge out of the way. Not a great roll. That is a 26 to dodge, a reflex save.
And I believe that 26 is a failure.
Okay, the Void Bracken Tool gets lit up for full damage, 16 points of damage as you continue working away at the Tool. This Tool is not long for this world, the one that is sandwiched between all 4 of you. The goal here, as far as I can see it as we hit the beginning of round 3, is to try to take this thing down before it's able to act again. Because Mag is flanked between it and the Tool about 20 feet behind it. So if the 3 of you who are about to go can get this Tool out of the picture, that is going to be much better for Mag than if it gets another turn. Let's see what happens. It's Ao's turn here at the beginning of round 3.
Wait, sorry, and you said of these many conditions which are Genmoji small, none of them are off guard. I've zoomed in.
None of them are off guard, no.
And I can't, because I did diversion on it last time, it's going to be more immune to that, right?
Yeah, it gets a bonus to its DC.
I guess I could go flank it, but then I'd have to kukri it, right, to get the...
Or punch it, which you've done successfully recently, which has been fun.
That's true. Yeah, let's go have some fun. All right, Ao's getting mad that Mag is getting so beat up.
Yeah.
So she's gonna slosh through the water.
Okay.
Up just north of Iston so that she's flanking that Tool with Mag.
Okay, I just want to let you know, that's 10 feet, 20 feet. Because this is difficult terrain, that's going to be 2 stride actions to get up there.
Oh, that's less exciting, Lars.
Sorry.
Whatever, let's do it.
Okay, and as you try to run up to it, it snaps out with a jaw to strike Ao with a reactive strike. That is a 40 to hit.
That's going to be a crit hit.
Okay, I rolled a 2 and a 1 on my damage dice, meaning you are getting off pretty easy on this one. 28 points of damage. That could have been a lot worse as Ao sees this claw swinging down at her, trying to smash her, and she ducks out of the way at the last second and just gets a tiny, just takes a glancing blow from this Tool, but now she is in perfect position to catch this enemy off guard and hopefully stop it for good. So what is Ao's third action?
Which does more damage, the kukri or the punching? The kukri, right?
The kukri, I think it's like kind of the same actually, and the kukri, as far as I know, is not in your hand.
Oh, right. Fair enough. All right. So she's just going to say, I told you we were going to cook you with Old Bay, but she's nang nang, bo nubbo. And then she does a Foxfire strike at this thing. Or does it have
Foxfire's,
it has to be an actual
punch.
Yeah. All right. Then
Yeah.
she just punches it like a person who punches.
A punching person.
30? That do it?
Because this creature is clumsy and flanked and courageous anthem and, of course, your hand wraps of mighty blows. That just barely connects, and Ao lands a blow on this off-guard Chul and is going to be able to apply some sneak attack damage in addition to everything else that's happening. So huge move.
Note that it was insulted too?
It was also insulted too. It is peeved 3.
All right, 16 points of damage. Is that going to do it?
Almost it's going to do it. Almost it's going to do it.
It's okay. Istin and Mag are still
insulted
going to go.
Istin and Mag are going to go there, but Ao charges up, lands a mighty blow. I love it when people take risks, so let's go for it. Let's give Zoe a hero point.
Yes.
I feel like Ao's poor little fisties are really not in punching crab carapace shape, so I imagine it stung a little.
Yes, this is a crazy thing to do, and I love it. As Istin sees the spray of swamp water like flare up into the air, and Ao lands this massive strike, it's his turn. What is Istin going to do?
Istin is going to charge forward around the Chul using 2 stride actions to get to a point here, where he is between the 2 of them, and then he is going to start chanting.
Hold, please.
Holding.
As Istin runs up into that position, he does pass within the grasp of the Chul to the north.
Cool.
And the Chul to the north is going to strike out with a claw.
Cool.
Not a good roll. 2 on the die for 24 to hit. That splashes into the water, and Istin manages to get exactly where he wants to get.
Perfect. And then with his last action, he is going to start chanting and use his Conflux spell to make 2 strikes using Spinning Staff. And let me...
Spinning Staff.
Let's...
This one, I think, is also going to need a
flat check.
Stupefied check.
All right, that's a 10.
Okay, great.
And he's going to make 2 melee strikes against the 2 Chuls.
Okay.
Here's the first one.
So Istin's staff leaps into magical action.
Oh. I got a 2 on that for a 23. I am going to use the hero point here. I know it's a little risky, but that is two bad turns in a row, and we need that guy down.
And are we attacking the northernmost or southernmost of these Chuls?
The southernmost of these Chuls.
Okay.
That's a 36 to hit with that reroll.
That 36 is a hit. Istin digs deep, finds some bit of heroism to connect to, and slams into the Chul with the first of these 2 strikes.
And he's not getting the flanked bonus for that?
I'm not seeing the flanked bonus come through, but it's not making a difference.
Okay, cool. Not a great roll, 14 bludgeoning.
14 bludgeoning against this Chul means that Chul falls down to the ground. Istin kills it, and it collapses in the swamp.
All right.
Nice.
And then he immediately pivots towards the one towards the north, still mid a rant about how fucking angry he is about this bullshit. Sure. Oh shit. Hold on. That should be -1. A 29.
29 misses. A 30 would have missed also, so that -1 is not relevant. But Istin does 1 strike with his staff, swings it back the other way, donk. The Chul gets a claw up and pushes the staff out of the way.
I'm coming for you next turn.
And as Mag sees Istin, his glowing blue with the spiritual rage, it is now her turn.
All right, let's do some quick measurement, because it's all difficult terrain. So how far can I move is a real question.
You've got a lot of extra speed because of your barbarian instinct.
Oh, and I could sudden charge. I could sudden charge to the far side to flank it.
In 2 actions, you could take the equivalent of 70 feet, which would be 10, 20, 30, 40 to just get to the far side to flank with Istham.
Yep. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
And sudden charge is, of course, 2 moves and a melee strike.
Yes.
For only 2 actions. So
And
that is
Istham
pretty
ate up
well suited to this scenario. And that tool's already used it.
And Istham already ate up its reactive strike, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, so Mag has a clear channel here.
All right, so here is that melee strike at the end. That is a terrible roll. I really don't want to keep dealing with this thing. I'll re-roll it.
Okay. Spending a hero point here to get something better than a 25, hopefully.
It worked for our Matt.
It sure
did work for
These
Armet.
things are-
It's
these things are
guaranteed
really
to work now.
sopping up
That's how
some
it is.
resources.
Yeah, these things are tough. These are tough creatures.
Hey, that's a 19 on the die for a 41.
Yeah, that's a critical hit, everybody. Another critical hit from Mag.
Woo!
And that's a modest damage roll, a very modest damage roll. It's only 50 damage this time.
Okay, and tell them what
Mostly-
else I get, please.
Mostly piercing, a little bit of acid, a little bit of spirit damage, and, like all of our contestants, you go home with some fabulous prizes, including Clumsy 1, Enfeebled 1, and you need to make a DC 27 fort save. Looks like you have passed, so you are
34 on my fort
knocked
save.
prone.
Yes. So this tool is, again, not knocked down. Getting these tools knocked over is hard, but, worth it. So what is Mag going to do now?
Yeah, I got one final action. Demoralize or trip. Demoralize or trip.
I feel like your trip is historically more successful for you.
Oh yes, demoralize should be more successful, but it never is.
That's true.
I'm gonna try to trip it.
Okay, so we're looking at a map 5
Map
trip.
5.
You must
So
trip
here's the
it good.
here's the okay. Well, that's a 20. That's a nat 20.
I don't know.
Okay, so that is a
Good.
critical success on the trip, meaning that this tool is knocked prone and is going to take a d6 of bludgeoning damage. Do you want me to roll that, or do you want to roll it, David? What do you think? Oh,
I rolled max damage.
max damage.
Nice.
So Mag, massive hit with the Earthbreaker, knocking this creature completely off balance, and then just an attempt to trip it, pull its little crab legs as it's skittering around in the swamp out from under it, and it face plants into the water. It is now prone, which is huge, because on its turn, the first thing it's going to do is stand up.
And that is a 35 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's a hefty damage roll. It's only it's 35 points of damage from Mag's strike.
35 points of damage from Mag Strike as it stands up. Am I getting a reactive strike from Isthan?
You are, but unfortunately it was a 1 on the die.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Isthan's
You're right,
anger
man. I
is
used up all the
distracting
20s.
him from what's really important to focus on.
And there's a decent chance this comes up the ace.
Is this the ace of spades?
No,
Oh,
it's the king of spades.
King.
King of spades.
There are
Queen and the
3
king. We're
cards
getting close.
left
Oh man.
in this deck. This tool has just stood up. It sees Mag in front of it. Mag is injured. It's injured. It's just gonna go for it. Claw strike out at Mag. 15 on the die, a 36 to hit.
Yeah, that does hit. No, that's no longer a crit. I'm no longer flanked by anything, but it definitely hit. Woof. Okay.
A good damage roll, though. 25 points of damage. If I'd been flanking you, that would have been 50 points, which
That's
is
a lot.
terrifying.
Yikes.
And now it is going to try to grab Mag. Will it work? That is a 35. Oh, and that's not even the right. I'm rolling your... What am I doing? What did I roll? I rolled your
rolled an 11.
bonus. I rolled an 11 plus my grapple is 22, so that is a 33 to grapple. So that is versus your fortitude DC.
Yeah, that's a success.
Yes! Okay. So you're now grabbed. And now I go to work. I'm going to... The Troll, Istin, is about 5 feet away from this creature and sees Mag slammed, picked up, and the Troll's tentacles start going... as it starts shoving Mag into its tentacles, and these tentacles start wrapping all around Mag like an old-fashioned car wash, right?
Okay.
And Mag is then exposed to some poison, and I need a fortitude save for Mag. Great.
It looks like a 36 on the fort
that's
save.
a critical success.
Hey.
Dang it.
Yay.
Dang it! Okay, but Mag ends the turn within the tentacles, which means that at the start of each of my turns, you are going to remain within the tentacles and get poisoned. It is Trill's turn. Trill is a good distance away from the action happening here to the northern side of this swamp. She is 35 feet away, which is tricky because many spells only have a range of 30 feet. What is Trill going to do with these creatures that she's having a little bit of trouble really affecting in much of a meaningful way?
Could I make a request for some healing? Because I'm pretty beat up.
Yeah.
How many hit points do you have, David?
I have remaining 34 of my original 178.
Of your original 178 plus temp HP from Rage. So
Dang.
Mag has lost around 200 hit points so far.
Okay, so Mag needs healing. So I guess Trill will do that instead of attacking.
I think I would certainly be grateful for it, and I think it would help.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what my distance is. So that's 30 feet. So I've got to get closer to Mag. So Mag's 50 feet away.
That's going to be tough
to
do with this difficult terrain. With the swamp water sloshing between your feet.
How far can I go, Lars?
You can get 10 feet, 20 feet with one movement to get up right next to Ao. For a second move action, you can go, I'll let you like combine that to get you up here just southeast of Istin, but that's going to be, combining your two movement actions together.
Yeah. But so 10 feet is as far as she can go?
Yeah, because each of those 10 feet, each of those 5 feet that you're going is 10, that's 20 feet of movement.
Well,
so getting getting healing on Mag right now is hard
impossible
to do because
it's
Mag
impossible.
is still
pop it.
She's still 40 feet away from Trill, and the Troll is now 20 feet away from Troll. Which is a reflection of just how big the Troll is, if you think about it. But
yeah.
Sure.
And since Soothe is a 2-action spell, I can't get to
no
Mag.
time for
I'm
it.
sorry.
All right.
I can try.
Cool.
So instead, let's do some pew pew pew.
okay, pew pew pew. Love to see it.
And we're gonna phase bolt.
Okay.
Because phase bolt's fun.
Phase Bolt is fun and tends to do triple damage.
When I roll a 5 on the die, we got some hero points. We're gonna re-roll that.
Maybe you want to see if you pass that flat check before you re-roll that one.
Oh yeah.
Because you
Let's
are
do the
stupefied.
Well, the flat check she definitely passed.
Okay. The 20 on the die for that
Yeah.
flat check.
So let's re-roll the other thing.
Okay.
And that worked out great. That was an 18 on the die for 37.
18 on the die. That 37 does hit. And so Trill squints her eyes, looks through over the surface of this swamp that she can barely see over, and lands a strike against the Troll.
So let's roll damage. So many D4s. So that's 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage is huge, as that takes another big chunk out of the Void Bracken Troll, as this bolt of phasing energy slams, shoots through the surface of this swamp water and connects on the other end, and it is now the beginning of round 4. Ao and Trill are back, positioned between one of these strange bronze boxes with a dial on it, about let's call it 25 feet away from the Chul, as Isthan and Mag are in a knockdown, drag-out slugfest. Mag is badly injured. The Chul is badly injured. What is Ao going to do?
I guess I also have a little bit of a distance situation here, huh?
You do. This difficult terrain in this swamp is
It's difficult.
really, really changing the dynamic of this fight, especially since these Chuls can pass through it without any issue at all.
I'm really annoyed at how useless terrain expertise is.
It is very bad. Nobody should take it.
Why did you let me take it in the first place? That was a level 1 choice.
This was a 4-year canard that's finally paying off.
Oh. Agony.
Well, the one time he tried to tell someone about their character, they go, oh, so.
It's true.
Who did that?
Who did it? What do you mean?
It was me. It was Sarmat.
What's the range on a wand? I do have a wand of Soothe. Could I...
It depends on the range of the spell. The range on Soothe is 30 feet, and Mag is 40 feet away from you.
But I could go up 10 feet, get the wand out, and cast. Oh, no, but it's a double cast.
It's a
It's a
2-action
two-action
spell.
spell.
Gosh, Lars, this is pretty
Action
lame.
economy.
It turns out that fighting in a poison swamp is bad, and you
There's
shouldn't do
harder.
it.
Downsides
It's more
to
difficult.
it. Okay,
There are downsides, I should tell you right now.
I'm going to
We found them
move
at
up
last.
10 feet so that
Okay.
next time I'll be a little closer, maybe. Because 10's my
Okay.
max, right? In one
Yeah,
turn.
with this difficult terrain, it is per stride, yes.
And then I am going to fire 2 arrows and see if I can make a dent that way.
Okay. Ao just trying to get some damage in. This Chul is not off guard to her, but maybe she can land a hit.
35?
That's a great way to land a hit. Yes.
There you
Ao sees a weak point in the Chul's armor and manages to connect.
All right, 11 points of damage. We'll just chip away at this little...
Just chipping away at it. This Chul is barely hanging onto life. Mag feels these tentacles that are draped over her, trying to anesthetize her body with this poison. She feels them start to go limp as this Chul is on the verge of falling over. And Ao has one more action.
All right, let's try one more arrow. Maybe we can take it out. That's a 2. But I feel like this is a big moment. I've gotten a hero point for being bold. Let's just re-roll it. Let's just see what happens, everyone.
Keep being
We're
bold.
burning
Go
these
boldly
points left and
forward.
right. I love it.
And that was how the party TPK'd before.
That's a 32.
Well, we said
That's
the
a
show was ending tonight.
32. 32. Because of the clumsy and the courageous anthem, that's going to do it. That is a really
Whoop,
precise
whoop.
hit from Ao, and that connects. Can Ao do more than 6 points worth of damage?
13 points of damage.
Yes, she can. Mag feels herself like in zero gravity as this Chul lets her go, and Mag slams down into the surface of the swamp. She feels like she's landing back first, like back flopping into the swamp as she plunges down into the depths of the water. And as she emerges up to the surface, she sees that the Chul has collapsed and Ao has saved her life.
Woo! I feel like when you're
Very
looking
dramatic.
for a little healing, to have it instead be that someone kills the thing and you go plunging into muck water is probably slightly disappointing, but we'll get Mag fixed up.
Yeah, maybe we crawl back up those tubes and just camp out there in the anteroom. I think we need a night's rest. For Trill and Istin to continue spell casting while stupefied is just asking for trouble.
And the fact that most of her spell slots left are just levels 1 and 2, and everything is at a level that's so high now that it just does very little.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this too. We're moving further and further through this cult trial situation. We started off here because we were trying to locate the last lens, and we have some reason to believe from previous things that we've learned that Belcora may just have it,
In the empty vault.
or it may be
Yeah.
maybe with her.
Yeah.
or at any rate, I think the chances of our encountering her seem pretty high. And we know that when we do that, we want to have all these lenses in their little frame. And right now we've divvied them all. I've invested one. Ao's invested one. The frame is sitting in the bag of holding, just like chill. Like, we need to go in there with our ducks in a row.
That's a very good point, David.
Oh, we should get ducks.
So anyway.
That's smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect distraction.
There's gotta be some. I mean,
Yes.
there's a lake. There's gotta be ducks somewhere.
Yeah, who's going to hurt a duckling? Only a monster.
There probably is a spell somewhere in this game where you just cast a giant duck and like
I think
the
I
target
have
is
that, right? Can't
just
I do that?
You
Sorry,
do have
guys.
that.
Sounds right.
I
You-
cast duck.
Imagine if you could just change the vowel in it and all the different things you could then cast.
What are you saying, Robin?
Cast deck.
What
I
are we
was
gonna?
thinking like a giant deck, yeah.
A giant deck.
A dock?
What other vowels are we careening towards right now? What else are we going to talk about? A giant thing of appearing at any moment.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. There are a lot of.
Why am I like this? Why am I like
I'm just
this?
saying
I'm
there.
going to cast LBD on the Chul.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So Armet,
Little
what are you?
blasphemous doom. Yeah, it's a great spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Just help me understand. You're saying where do you want to camp out?
Just like crawl up the tubes we came down and in front of that anteroom where the skeleton just guided us down. I mean, I think we could make a campfire there and like hole up and get
Just in front of the skeleton?
Yeah. What's it going to do?
He likes us.
We've passed the test. I mean, like, I assume he's
Yeah.
contractually obligated to not mess with potentially worthy candidates.
We've done very well.
And if he
yeah.
does,
Yeah.
Istin will finally get to kill him, which is my
But-
new arc, guys. Everything is about Istin getting to the skeleton.
Isn't that essentially the Deem's arc?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm playing totally different
Totally
characters here, Rob.
it's a very different character. You can tell because the accents are actually
Very.
pretty different.
Okay, so Armet, describe this plan to me, please.
Yeah, so I think basically Istin's plan is to just go back and up from the room they last came from, where there's a big kind of open space where they could set out their bedrolls and probably start a little fire, which Istin would love doing to piss off the skeleton and
Under
be
the
like,
careful watch of the skeleton.
yeah, and Istin would be like, you know, ah, look at this fire. It's on your temple floor. Ooh, it's all sacred, but I'm burning fire on it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Come over here. What you gonna do about it?
And you're not concerned at all about the skeleton attacking you while you sleep.
I think Istin is hoping it will attack him while he sleeps
Okay.
because
Ao,
he
oh god.
is blaming it for everything.
Just to reduce the risk while Istin is getting the fire lit and shouting at the skeleton.
Wait, we
Ao-
haven't gone up the tube yet. I'm sorry.
Oh,
This
I
is
see.
all conjectural from Armet. But
Oh.
yes, what do you want to do, Zoe? Please.
take out all of its teeth.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
I've-
okay. I need to get control of the situation.
Good
Are
luck.
we doing this? Okay. Yeah. Good luck. Are we doing the plan that Istin is suggesting of climbing up the pipe and sleeping in front of the skeleton?
I'll go with the group, but I have to tell you, this strikes Mag as an exceptionally stupid idea. Like,
Yeah.
we have places to go to rest that are like friendly places where we can actually rest versus attempting to create a hospitable like bed zone in the room with the skeleton that keeps putting us through these trials. I shouldn't say exceptionally stupid. That's harsh and not actually what Mag thinks. What Mag thinks is this is needlessly risky. I don't think it's... I can see the case for doing it.
Then let's go up to
She can
Ildaris.
see the case for doing it, but I think she would probably put in a word for Ildaris.
Yeah, I think Trill would agree. I just picture Istin puts this idea out there, and Trill's just like,
I get that you don't like.
Oh, I was all for
This-
going to Ildaris last
okay.
episode.
I get that you don't like the skeleton, but I really need a good night's rest, and I'd kind of like, at least like the shitty mattresses that they have in their dormitories versus a bedroll on the floor with a skeleton staring at me.
Right, but how will it attack me and then I can defend myself?
I get what you're saying.
Right? Okay.
But I also don't think you understand how 8 hours of rest works when
I would find that so relaxing. Okay. No, you're right. I know. The stupefied one is what's making me not articulate my feelings in a rational way.
I don't think it's the stupefied one.
My feelings are very strong. It's true.
Are they going to
kiss? A lot of hurt, you know?
Okay. So is this the plan that we're doing now? We're going to heal up in the swamp and then climb up this pipe to then leave and go back to Eldaris.
I think so. It's the only thing that makes sense, I think.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Maybe we go heal up in the chamber instead of the swamp.
What if something's waiting for us in the chamber?
Heal up in the swamp it is.
Okay. So healing in the swamp is slow going. I'm going to keep hand-waving this, but it's half an hour because you keep feeling like nauseated and sick to your stomach as the fetid swamp water continues to be an impediment to you. After this half hour, you're ready to climb up the pipe.
Matt, can you just push me up in front of you?
Yes.
Thank you.
So the four of you
Mag does
climb up this pipe, and it's slow going. The pipe is slick with algae, and when one of you gets up to the top of the pipe, you start sliding back and need to be saved by the other one. You push forward, but then after a few minutes of this difficult work, you wind your way back into this large chamber where you once more see the skeleton, this skeleton that has been guiding you through the various challenges to join the cult of Nimbaloth. And it's standing there. This is this grayed, decayed, brownish skeleton. It's still just pointing at the pipe that it wants you to go down.
Oh, that's original.
So are you heading towards Eldaris?
I think so.
Yeah, it seems right.
You turn to walk towards the door, and as you take a step towards the door, the skeleton, you hear it just whisper, and all of the doors in this room snap shut.
Whoop.
And the skeleton steps forward and pulls back its hand to strike at you. And we will pick up from there next time.
Istin screams, "Fucking finally!"
Well, I hope you're happy, Istin.
I guess
this.
from that response, you really are.
That's so funny. So Istin wanted to sleep in here because he was itching for a reason to fight the skeleton, and only by deciding to sleep elsewhere will Istin get to fight the skeleton.
Yep, pretty much.
Roots of Ruin is a Tabletop Gold production produced under the Paizo Incorporated fan content policy, using trademarks and copyrights owned by Paizo that are covered under that policy. The Roots of Ruin is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. All original characters and content in The Roots of Ruin are the property of Tabletop Gold, and all rights are reserved. We at Tabletop Gold would love to hear from you. Visit our website, tabletopgold.com, to learn more about us and our shows, join the Golden Horde to get access to more shows, pick up great merch, and connect to the best online community in all of podcasting. Thanks for listening.